Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning into my video. This is Jay Lee's Corner. I am, of course, Jay Lee. Yes, I'm feeling better. Still a little stuffy, but better. So let's see if I can get through this review. So first things first, as always, if you have not done so already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You just hit the little subscribe button and just lets you know when I have new videos. New content on my channel. And as I say every video, I love new subscribers. So this is my review for, yes, I have notes. Queen Sugar. This is season 2, episode 3. I did not review episode 2. I had notes on it and everything, and it was, I don't know why I didn't ended up not. I think I just really forgot to do it because I did another video, I think that same day. So, sorry for skipping episode 2 and going on to episode 3, but I will be doing every episode. So anyway, this episode was, it was good. Um, the main things on this episode was just, I'm gonna go kind of scene by scene because I think it was 3 storylines going on today, basically. First, Aunt Vi, her little fast ass, and Hollywood, spending time together up in that hotel room, having all the sex in the world. We know that's what they were doing. Um, Basically because Hollywood, where he worked at, it was an accident there. He didn't get hurt, so of course they miss each other, love each other, and they try to just spend as much time as they can together. And Hollywood just saying to Ivy, we can't mess this up. We can't be spending time apart. We need to be together. He told her, you know, I just need you. I was like, yes, Hollywood, tell your woman you need her. You know what I'm saying? Let her know that, you want her all day. And even that, like, I'm gonna go do some lady things. When I come back, I ain't gonna be such a lady. Well, okay, Miss Vine, be a freak for your man up in the hotel room on the weekend. We gotta go to work in a couple more days. So, just them getting back together. I like them as a couple. She's an older woman, he's a younger man, but they in love. So I'm happy they are back together. They got over their issues of everything before. I thought he had a secret. I'm hoping, the reason he was acting so weird was because he didn't know where they were, relationship wise, because he had left and then she was messing with somebody, or he thought she was messing with somebody. So maybe the looks he was giving was just him being uneasy about them as a couple, not him having some other secret. So they're spending time together. Come to find out, Hollywood has to go back on the rig because I guess he worked on the oil rig or something, and he only has about 2 more days to be with Vi. So they try to make the best of it that they can. And what Vi want to do? Vi want to have some more sex. Honey, I hope when I'm her age, I'm only 35. So I hope when I'm her age that, what I'm saying, I too will want to be with my dude whenever possible and, get things done. I hope I have that same stamina that Miss Vi do. So they spent the whole weekend basically together there, away from her home or whatever, and it was cute because they had a hotel, so they having to improvise on food and all that stuff. In the hotel, you got like the vending machines and delivery people. So, even the end of their not even vacation, their time spent together was, they were having dinner, and Hollywood decided to have a conversation to be like, you know what? I think, what we have is too special for me to be, on the rig, about 3 weeks. I'm only home 2 weeks and back and forth, or leaving for 5 months. I think I need to be back at home with you permanently. You know what? I can respect a man who is picking his woman over his job. I'm hoping he doing that because he can still find work where they are. He just doesn't have to be working where he is right now. Like, you can't do that and then just live off the land of your girl. You can't do that. So, Hollywood, I'm going to need you to get some stuff together, homeboy. You know, just get some things done. Not really be, you know, like a stay-at-home boyfriend who ain't got no job. But I think it was very touching that he loves her enough to know this job is keeping us apart. This job almost got me killed. And I love my woman and I miss my girl. And I'm going to come home for the time being until I can figure out what else to do. So kudos to Hollywood. Um, the second part of stuff was, well, you know, Nova went off to a conference of some sorts in Atlanta. She met who I'm gonna call her future husband. He either gonna be her future husband or her future baby daddy, one of the two. Mr. No, Doctor Dubois. Um, and they had an instant connection. That cute flirting but not flirting, liking someone but not liking someone, getting to know someone and thinking, you know what, that's a sexy piece of chocolate. Well, she's a sexy piece of chocolate too. So, you know, that was kind of cute between them two. And even them two on the panel of the conference where they were and how they were kind of debating back and forth. And even though they were basically saying the same thing in two different ways. And when he wouldn't let her win and she wouldn't let him win either, and they kept kind of sparring back and forth until he said, you know, you're beautiful. What you do is beautiful. And he caught himself because what he said to her was, I like your chocolate and I want some and I think you're cute. But, you know, he still framed it in the way of saying what she's doing for her community, what she's doing as far as trying to raise money for bail money for black men. He respects that and how she's a strong woman and things like that. So, you know, that was cool. Them having conversations, just intellectual conversation. I think sometimes when people meet, you don't have that conversation connection where you can just sit and talk about just stuff and not even nothing in general. Y'all can just have a good conversation. And you know how they went for a walk and had this good conversation and they just started holding hands. That little kismet stuff. Now I'm happy she ain't sleep with him because we know Nova can get down. So, you know, Nova did not sleep. Well, to my knowledge, she didn't sleep with him. I don't know. But, you know, when she's leaving the conference in a couple of days, he brings her coffee before she leaves and gives her his card, you know, just so that she can reach out to him. Because, of course, he lives in Atlanta. She lives in Louisiana. And, you know, so that ended their whole flirtation thing. But I'm willing to bet they're going to bring him back in some capacity. And like I said, that's either going to be her future husband or her future baby daddy. He going to be some kind of future with Nova. Micah. Micah is still having issues. We see him at Nova's house in the beginning of the episode, and Nova realizes that he's kind of not eating, he's kind of not talking after the whole arrest thing, and when Charlie comes up over to pick Micah up, you know, Nova voices her concerns with her sister. Just, you know, he's not eating, he's not talking, he slept the whole time he was here. Even letting Charlie know that, you know, he wet himself at the jail, which Charlie didn't know. We still don't know what happened in the jail. We don't know whether he was just that scared. We don't know if somebody tried to do something to him. We don't know if the cops intimidated him themselves. We only know that he was there for hours before his parents got there, and he was never booked into the system. So we don't know what he went through within that situation. So he's kind of standoffish because of that. Micah keep a fresh haircut. He was sitting talking to Nova, and I was like, his haircut is clean, and he's a cute little kid, you know. So it's kind of different to see, you know, this light-skinned, confused kid having to come to the realization that he's a black man, and that even though you have lived a kind of entitled life, life outside of your bubble is very difficult, and it can be very difficult. So, you know, him just dealing with that, you know, Charlie having to come to the realization that he needs some kind of male figure in his life because something is going on with him due to this, due to him being arrested. So even when she goes to talk to Davis, because when she had talked to Michael on the way from Novus, and she basically just asked him, that you say to your father that you wanted him to have joint custody of you. And Michael said, well, no, I just said I wanted to hang out with him a little bit more. So that was the thing of showing how Davis basically lied and said, well, yeah, Michael told me he wants, me to have custody, and that wasn't entirely true. He just wants to spend time with his son, which I agree with, even though Davis is a piece of shit. So when Charlie goes to have that conversation with him to say, that's not what Micah said, I'm not sharing custody with you. You can see him when you need to see him, but we're not doing no shared custody agreement. And he tries to use her mother and her father's relationship and the relationship of her father with Nova and Ralph Angel's mom as a reason to him being allowed to be in Micah's life. Just basically saying, your dad and your mom weren't together. Your dad got with Nova and Ralph Lee's mom, but he still was active in your life. That's the one thing your mom got right. She didn't hinder the relationship between you and your father. So he was basically using that as a reason to say, hey, you should let me in because of this reason. And Miss Charlie wasn't having it. She was like, fuck you, Davis. First of all, don't speak on my father. Y'all are two completely different people. And I'm not believing your bullshit. Because if you wanted to be a father, you would just be a father. You would have been a father this whole time. So he does let her know, well, I know that you forged my name on the documents for your loan. So if you don't let me be in Micah's life, I might just tell the bank, what you did, and you won't get your loan. And she was like, bitch, you want to try me? That ain't what she said, that's what she thought. But she did check him like, you know what, you was also a pimp for the whole team. So if you tell the bank that I forged your signature, then I'll just let all the news know that you was a pimp and you had all them hoes and the prostitutes fucking all them basketball players. And she walk out. So it's kind of like, she forged signature, he was a pimp. Y'all even, when she leaves and whatnot. Towards the end, Ralph Angel has a little bit of a conversation with Micah. Just let him know, man to man, you gonna be okay. Just you gotta be strong. And Charlie witnessed that and saw how Micah at least talked to Ralph Angel a little bit. So she saw he do need a man in his life some kind of way. So she did eventually take Micah over to Davis to let him be with his dad a little bit to share custody, not legally, but I'll share him with you. But if you fuck up, I'm cutting all this shit down. Like there's nothing going down from there. So that was a cool thing that they were able to come to that common ground for the sake of their son, because something's going on with Micah since that jail stuff, and they need to figure out why. The last thing that they had was Ralph Angel. Now y'all know that it's my baby daddy, and sorry, but it starts off with Ralph Angel showing his probation officer the letter that his dad wrote, which basically left the land to him and not all of his sisters. Now, it was funny because that must be the only person Ralph Angel knew who he thought he could show it to. He didn't think about going to a lawyer. You called your PO. A PO was not a lawyer. But I'm happy he was able to at least say, hey, this is a start. This is a good thing for you. He did try to warn him to say, you might want to get a lawyer in case your sisters want to sue you. Because even though you was just, dirt and land, to some people, that land out there is just brown money, which is true. As far as, sugarcane fields, cotton fields, rice fields, cocaine fields, marijuana fields, all whatever fields you want, whatever fields you think, it is all money. And so he was just kind of letting Ralph Angel know that. And that's a good thing, so to speak. We also see how, as Blue is outside playing, a drone is flying overhead. And when Blue called out to Ralph Angel, and Ralph Angel jumped over that balcony, yes, Daddy. He was just so, I mean, he was like a chocolate superhero. Just running to say, Ralph, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Ralph Angel is just, I mean, you can't even talk about him without realizing his sex appeal and his just, this, oh my God. But yeah, he ran out thinking something's wrong with Blue, but it turns out the drone that was flying overhead fell. And it was the drone of the Landrys, the people who own the sugar mill and who wants their field. So, Ralph Angel realizes they've been spying on the land with these drones, and now they're caught. So Ralph Angel does take that drone in the black plastic bag, and he goes to the office, and he basically checks the younger Landry guy, and he like, look, don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you. It's basically what he said. He had some bass in his voice, and I was like, yeah, tell that motherfucker what to do, Ralph Angel. Tell him, he better not bring no damn drones around the dang on farm, not no more. And he stood his ground, man to man, flat out. Hey, I know what y'all trying to do. Y'all been spying. I don't like that shit. I know. Don't bring around here no more. And the Landry dude had the audacity, the balls, to be like, yeah, your son shouldn't be outside playing by himself. And Ralph Angel was going to take that motherfucker's head clean off his shoulders. But he stopped himself. He looked cute while doing it, but he stopped himself because as the Landry guy said, yeah, do something because I can make you be gone away forever. Ralph Angel's smart. He trying to get me to do something so that he can get my land, and I ain't going to do that. So I'm going to let you know, hey, ain't no prison alive. Ain't no prison alive, Lord Jesus. Ain't no prison around that can hold me down. If you do something to my son, I'm going to fuck your ass up, is what he said with his voice. And, and that's true. If you mess with my child, I'm going to kill you, point blank, period. I don't care if I'm going to prison at that point. Lay hand on my child. I'm cutting your throat. Cut you to the white meat. So, congrats to Ralph Angel for, just being that man. Lord Jesus. So he tells Charlie about it. Charlie, of course, is upset. Charlie is in her mindset of everything has to be discussed between all of them, especially her. She's gonna have to get out of that shit, because it ain't just you, mama. I know it's your money that you kind of put up, and you're the money person, but he's the farmer. You don't know how to farm that land, so you need to give him the same respect that he's giving you. So when Ralph was telling her what, the drone, I went and talked to him, she's talking down to him as if he's less than. Well, talk to me before you do something that you don't know nothing about. You can't do that to people, Charlie, especially because he know, technically, the land ain't even yours. It's his. So that's a good lesson, and you got to watch how you talk to people. Because the same energy you put into that person when you think y'all are even is the same energy that you might get back when you find out you ain't on top. Just saying. I don't think that's gonna happen, but try to quit that bullshit. What else? Last. Lastly, Ralph asleep. Ralph Angel asleep. He hear noises outside. He get his sexy stuff out of the bed. Yes, everything I said about him, he's gonna be sexy. He gets up out the bed. He checking stuff out. He sees someone on his land stealing sugarcane. He gets his shotgun, and at first I was like, "Well, oh my God, I hope he's not gonna get his shotgun and shoot someone." And then he gets in trouble from his probation officer for being a felon with a gun in the house. But luckily, he was smart. He shot up in the air, didn't hit anyone, and as the people driving off, one person got left behind. And we put the person's mask off. It's one of the people he know who work their farm and everything. So come to find out, the Landrys were spying on them. Also is having this particular farmer guy spy too, which is why they came to the land at night to steal sugarcane and see how good the stuff was. And that in turn made Charlie and Ralph Angel go to the people offices in the daylight like, look, We know y'all like to come here at night, but we here in the day. You fuck with one of us, you fuck with all of us. Don't think we ain't a strong team. Don't play with me, homie. Is what they basically said. So that was basically like the whole episode, all caught up in one. It was a good episode. Still looking forward to what's to come. Happy that Hollywood is back and with Miss Vi. Happy that even Micah is with his dad, that he can get some kind of manly advice or come out of this shell he's in at this particular point. I'm happy that Ralph Angel. Also because Ralph Angel spoke with Micah, it made Charlie understand his plight, where a child needs his father. You don't know what it's like, to be a single father, and you just want your kids. So I think that was good. So because of that, she said to him, I'll sign this new loan you want, so that if you need money for the fields, you won't have to ask me. So I'm happy they came to a common ground of just a level of respect, just so that when Ralph Angel about that paper, it won't be like a big thing technically, because y'all all been working together. So that is my review for Nova. What else? Nova came home and she didn't sleep with Black Coffee, as I'm gonna call her, future baby daddy, future husband. And that's about it. So yeah, next episode, hopefully it's next week. I don't know if it's not on because next week is the 4th of July week. But that is all for today. Thanks so much for subscribing. If you have not subscribed already, you need to subscribe. Please and thank you. So, until next time, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.